I had no idea how powerful Facebook ad AI was, and just learning that bit was like, whoa. Hey everyone, my name is Bryant, and today I'm going to talk to you about my Shopify journey. Now, I am a total newbie when it comes to all things e-commerce, so I think this will be really helpful for people that are thinking about getting into it. I ended up losing money, but I will tell you from the beginning, and then we'll go through the whole journey. I'll even show you the product I used, my website. I'll give you all of the numbers just so you have a rough idea of what it looks like and how much work it actually takes. So if you don't know, Shopify is a website built for e-commerce, meaning they have pre-built websites and resources that allows you to sell products and other things. You use it if you want to do something called dropshipping. And dropshipping is just you find a product for cheap somewhere, and then you brand it and you market it and you sell it for a markup. You never have to touch the product. You never even have to see the product. You just need to do research on what you think will sell and what you think that you can market. I think everything you need to know if you want to start it is actually on YouTube. You don't need to take a super expensive or super fancy course. But for me personally, I know I instantly become a little bit more invested when I have a little bit of skin in the game. So just looking around, I tried the Verum Ecom course, and Verum Ecom is run by this dude called John Yoon. And the reason his pitch, their videos, but they're also pitches for their courses, why his stood out to me was because he was the only one at the time that I felt like said, this is going to take some work. All the other people kept trying to highlight how easy it was. I just trusted in him more. And also, trust aside, his course cost $100. I bought the course and I followed it pretty closely. This is not a review of his course, but overall, I personally got a lot of value from it. He broke it up into different sections of exactly step by step of what you need to start it, from building the page to even a small Photoshop tutorial to a very in-depth Facebook marketing campaign and how you start that. And I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritties of that. There are experts that do it better. The first thing I need to do dropshipping is to select a product. And honestly, this part is so much fun. Just like when you're throwing out ideas as a writer, where you're just shooting the shit with your friends, the sky is the limit, and you're learning about all these strange new things that you've never even knew existed or were dropshipping products. And then at some point you start really thinking, what will people actually buy? Because what you think is fun, what you think will help your life, doesn't necessarily help other people's lives. Initially, there was some jewelry that I really liked, and I actually bought them because they're very cheap. I bought them straight from the AliExpress.com website, and I will do a review on all the products that I bought because I was super excited and I just wanted to test it out. I thought these little planetary jewelry, it's like these balls and they look like planets. I'm like, wow, that would sell, because if I saw that, I had just never seen that before. If I saw that in an ad on my Facebook ad or something, I think I might buy it for 20 bucks. That's just me personally. I also thought about maybe doing meditation cushions. That's something I still like because I've sat in a lot of meditation cushions for a very long time. So I think I bring some type of expertise in that field. But if I actually did the research, I went on Google Trends, and there's not that many people looking that stuff up. And if I look at the products that are available on AliExpress, you can also see how many people are buying them. And if there's not that many people buying them straight from the warehouse, even if you like it, if people aren't buying it, then it's just not a good idea. I actually hired a guy off Fiverr, and it only cost me $10 just to help me do some research about what products to sell. Again, not everybody will have this luxury, but I had a little bit of capital to play with. And to be honest, people that say dropshipping doesn't cost any money, that's just not true. You need money, it helps. And especially for dropshipping, which is generally so dependent on ads, you need to buy Facebook ads or Instagram ads. I recruited this dude to do some research for me, and he gave me a list, and it was a lot of fitness products and like massage products. And it was stuff that I wasn't really considering because I saw that a lot of people were buying them. In an ideal world, you could be the only one selling that product, but because you're a beginner, you have no idea of what will actually sell and how to make it sell. So find something that is actually selling. I finally decided that massage seems pretty good. And I found a product that wasn't the most popular, but it was pretty popular. It had sold at least 10,000 units across all the different sellers. And that is an acupressure mat. It has a bunch of little points and you lie on it. It's like needles against your skin, but it makes you feel better. It just relieves pain. So I created something called asenamat.com. This website, I also got help from Fiverr. So I tried to build the website myself over 3 days, and I was learning a lot. But I knew that if I wanted it to get to a point where it looked really nice, it would probably take me a week or two. And I was much more interested in building the videos and building the marketing plan. That's what I wanted to learn. So I hired somebody off Fiverr, and he gave me the website and also a video that he made. He did very good work. The copy, which is what was written down, was not good. I basically rewrote all of that myself. If you think that they will build you the perfect website, that's not the right mentality. It was just the skeleton of what I need. I rewrote everything. I retweaked everything in Shopify, and it's all fairly user-friendly, but there's a lot of things going on Shopify. Make sure you have time. Make sure you have money. Again, does this sound passive? Because even though I was outsourcing some work, it definitely was not passive. I built a website and you can check it out here. It's called asenamat.com. Getting my website close to finishing, and so far, like, I'm having a great time. I've spent maybe a little bit over $100 just setting things up. Now I'm ready to launch. I think my website's good. It's already live, but nobody's gonna come to see your website because there's a gabajillion websites. So how you let people see your website is you advertise it. Now I had a basic video that this guy made, random Fiverr guy. I thought it was fine. I created a Facebook ad account, and I can't go into the details of that because I don't really understand the details, but I'm just gonna say you make a campaign, you create a couple of different ads. I was capped at $25. If you're new, that just might be your cap initially. They don't trust you to spend more. And so they spread the $25 across to 3 keywords. And the 3 keywords I chose was something like neck, back, and joint pain, something vaguely related to what my product was selling. It's actually good to keep your keywords pretty vague. It definitely helps if you have more money. People that will tout that you can get started for very, very little, but the algorithm only works when you're feeding it money. It'll find the audience that you want. It could be somebody that likes brown tables, also likes massage mats, and that's the power of AI. That's why Facebook is one of the most valuable companies in the world. That was one thing that I had no idea. I had no idea how powerful Facebook ad AI was, and just learning that bit was like, whoa. I start my campaign, it starts running, and then the first day, nothing really happens. I see people are watching my stuff, but nobody is really clicking on the page, and nobody has added to cart. Essentially, nobody. And it's pretty demoralizing. Second day, I woke up to 2 orders. And I'm gonna rewind it back. So the cost of the mat that I was buying from China was $17 on average. And I was selling it on my website for $44.99. I sold 2 things, and seeing the sales symbols and the profit I was making on that, it was such a rush. And in that moment, even if I never did drop shipping again, my world just opened up that this was even a possibility, that sitting in my home I could sell something. It was such a liberating and cool experience. Had it not been for that small win, I don't know if I would have continued or think that this is viable. But because I did actually sell stuff on my very first website ever, I did some more tweaking. I experimented more with some different countries. I know UK shipping times are faster, and this was a big issue while I was drop shipping. It's that the product I had chosen, the shipping times were getting longer and longer and longer. So that's part of the reason why I stopped, because I could not guarantee my products would arrive to my customers in a reasonable time anymore. At the end of my first week of trying this, where I advertised for about 4 days, I made 4 sales, and I never ever expected to get rich fast. And I know that my stuff was not the best. My website is not the best. My videos are not the best. I also edited a couple more videos, and I was testing those videos. my last $100 that I spent on advertising, I got 0 sales. In total, I spent about $270 on advertising. Per mat I was selling, I was actually making $26. So $26 times 4, $104 if I'm just talking about product, but then $104 minus the $270 in advertising, minus the $120 or $30 spent on Fiverr. I lost about $300 doing this. Oh, and the cost of the course. So I spent $400 doing this. If I was going into this expecting to make money, this is the worst possible outcome, to go very, very negative. And it could have been worse. If I had sold nothing, I would have lost even more money, $500. But I actually don't regret starting this at all. In fact, this was one of the funnest and most in-depth learning experiences I've ever had about business. I learned more in these 2 weeks than I did in 4 years of business school. I also didn't really pay attention to school at all. So that's not on, the Maryland School of Business. That's on me. But at this point in time, I was interested in it and I was willing to put in the work. The beauty of dropshipping, you are an entrepreneur that is touching upon every aspect of a business. The only thing you're not doing is actually creating and designing the product. This is not an easy job or way to make money. That's something I definitely want to get into your head if you're someone like me and interested in trying it. Don't expect to make a lot of money unless you are willing to be the best at it. I think there are some jobs that you don't need to be the best to make a lot of money. A lot of desk jobs require competence, and you can make a lot of money for 8 hours a day. Those are really solid jobs. This is a job where you need to be really hungry, really resourceful, and really, really good. You need to be constantly hustling. And like I said in the beginning of the video, it's never gonna be passive income. You're always gonna have to be work, especially if you want to make a lot of money. Of course, you'll hear stories of people that just break out in a year or two, they're making millions of dollars, but they are the exception. They are the Leonardo DiCaprios of the acting world. You wouldn't tell somebody to just go into acting because you could do it, because yeah, you have a face, you could talk. Anyone can dropship and make a ton of money because they have a computer, because they could click a mouse and they could order stuff. They make it sound so easy. And the key point is, I wouldn't want it to be easy. If it was easy, I wouldn't have learned anything. It wouldn't have been such a rush to sell something. So is dropshipping a scam or not? Definitely not. It's not a scam. It's a legitimate business. What you're doing is just marketing, is to make something that people don't know they want or exist yet and make it very desirable. Make it into something that when they buy it, they feel good about. But it takes a lot of work. Be smart, but also just be willing to throw yourself in the deep end, because that's when you're gonna learn. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video or if it helped at all, consider hitting that like button so that I won't get another chargeback. Do you know what you're gonna sell? What do you think about this whole business model now? I do feel like e-commerce is definitely the future. It already is the future, but it's just what form is it going to be later?